Hey, Dr. Dan Cooper here, and I have a question to pose for you. Do you consider yourself an athlete? And what is your criteria for that? Do you consider yourself an athlete? Who is it that you would call an athlete, and why would you call them that? Now, typically, I guess when we would think athlete, you think the football player, the tennis player, the track athlete, whatever the sport you like may be, you consider them an athlete. Do you consider the stay-at-home mom an athlete? Let's say she's not, also a CrossFitter and playing a named sport. Do you consider an athlete? That's personal choice. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I would like to propose a yes to that. And here's where I'd like to go with that. Now, in the case of the stay-at-home mom, if she's dealing with young kids, or really like any age kids, there's things she's got to do. She's lifting somebody here. She's bending over to pick up a laundry basket while she's got a kid in her hip. So there's all kinds of athletic type things that can happen with someone like this. But that's actually not even where I wanted to go with that. So let me paint you a little scenario. So I'm Carl from down the road. I've got a cubicle job. Maybe I work in an accounting firm, and so I'm just clacking away on the computer. That's my life. I don't have a sport outside of my job. Can I consider Carl, an athlete? Well, Carl walks home from work, and he met his girl at the bistro down the street. After work, they leave, they're walking down the street, and somebody runs up and steals her purse. Now, Carl has a choice. He can chase after the purse thief, or he can say, babe, we got out of that light. Hopefully you didn't have anything expensive in the purse. We're uninjured. Let's let it go. Or he can say, you know what? I'm not having that. Not on my watch. That's not how it's going to go down. So he chases after the perpetrator, the purse snatcher. Now he's become a track athlete. Maybe he became an obstacle course race athlete. Maybe he's jumping over benches and doing all kinds of crazy stuff on the way. Or he's a parkour athlete because he's now in the pursuit, explosive movements, maybe dodging obstacles. Then he catches him. Another situation can happen. The purse snatcher can say, "My bad, man. You got me. Sweet run. Here's the purse. Sorry about that." And Carl can say, "Yeah, good run. I got the heart rate up. It felt good. Have a good day. Don't do it again." Or Carl can say, "I don't really like that. I want to do something else about this." Or maybe Carl's just a nice guy, and the purse snatcher is going to have it. He said, "This is my purse now. It's not yours." And so now a fight ensues. Now Carl just became an MMA athlete. So my point is that situations occur in life that we can't really predict. And so when that happens, are you going to be prepared? If you consider yourself an athlete and you consider the potential types of athletic movements, activities, whatever they may be, might occur in your life, then if you consider yourself an athlete, then that puts upon you the need to train. So now you have essentially in your mind the right to train as an athlete. And what that entails is focus. It gives you goals to achieve, and in this case, it may be skills, it may be strength, it may be endurance, it might be speed, it might be agility, whatever the case may be, that you've decided in your mind is the category of skills that you need. But now you have a goal, and so you can train toward that goal like an athlete. And like any athlete, there are components that make any training program work well. Now we can talk about periodization and how to step up your physicality as you go through time of training, but that's for another talk. What I really wanted to mention here is that you have specified training, so you have the work that you're putting in. It's going to be geared toward whatever the physical goals you want to achieve. But the recovery game, the mobility game, do you have the mobility of tissues to get into the positions that you might need to get into to be strong and agile in whatever activity we're talking about? So a home self-myofascial release routine becomes part of your life because, as an athlete who wants to achieve these goals, you need ranges of motion available. And you need control over these ranges of motion, so you do specific mindful movement techniques to gain coordinated control within these new free ranges of motion. You want to recover as fast, as good as possible, so that all the efforts that you're putting in the training side incorporate better into your physicality. Your neural connections become stronger faster. So you put an emphasis on your diet, your mindfulness, your stress levels, your sleep patterns. Your circadian rhythms are very important for how your hormones are produced and interact with each other. So you become a person who has organized their life in a way that allows them to become this best version of whatever they've decided they want to be physically or skill-wise or ability-wise through a lifestyle that promotes that. And I think that everyone can do that if they want to. I say it like that because maybe somebody doesn't care about this. They don't want to. They don't want to have any part of this, and that's fine. That's their choice. But just because you're not on a team or you're not competing in something as an individual doesn't mean that you shouldn't consider yourself an athlete and organize and structure your life in a way that idealizes your physical outcomes. That's really what I want to say about this. So I hope this sparks some thought in your mind, maybe sparks some questions that you need to spend some time answering for yourself. If you need any help, contact me, leave some comments. You can go to my website, revolutionafterdustoff.com. You can contact me there. In the meantime, happy orchestrating of your own life. You are the architect. Get to planning.